The most dangerous person in the room is the one who stays calm, observes everything, and reveals nothing. Dark intelligence is silent awareness. It is the ability to understand people's motives, emotions, and weaknesses without exposing your own. While others react emotionally, you remain controlled. While others speak too much, you listen. While others rush, you calculate. This is not about cruelty. It is about control. It is about reading energy, recognizing patterns, and moving with precision. When you master your emotions and understand human behavior deeply, you stop being predictable. And when you are not predictable, you are powerful. In this video, you will learn how to sharpen your perception, strengthen emotional discipline, and develop the kind of presence that commands respect without saying much. Strategy 1: Observe more than you speak. Information is power. The less you talk, the more you notice. When you speak too much, your attention is focused on expressing yourself. When you stay quiet, your attention shifts outward. You begin to see details others miss. Observation sharpens perception. When people speak freely, they reveal patterns, how they think, what they value, what triggers them, what makes them insecure. Tone changes. Micro-expressions appear. Energy shifts. Most people are too busy talking to notice these signals. Silence puts you in control of awareness. The person who talks less processes more. You start recognizing inconsistencies between words and behavior. You detect emotional reactions before they escalate. You understand dynamics in a room without needing explanations. Speaking less also prevents unnecessary exposure. Every word you say gives others data about you, your opinions, your fears, your priorities. When you reduce unnecessary speech, you reduce vulnerability. You become harder to read. Listening is not passive. It is strategic. It allows you to gather information before deciding how to respond. Instead of reacting instantly, you calculate. But observation goes deeper than just hearing words. It means studying timing. Who interrupts? Who hesitates? Who seeks approval? Who avoids eye contact? Who dominates conversations? These behaviors reveal hierarchy, confidence levels, and hidden intentions. It also means observing emotional patterns over time. Who gets defensive easily? Who stays calm under pressure? Who changes behavior depending on the audience? Consistent observation gives you predictive power. And prediction creates control. When you observe without rushing to speak, you gain clarity. You stop filling gaps with assumptions. You stop reacting based on incomplete information. You respond with precision. The more you observe, the less you guess. The less you guess, the more accurate your decisions become. Strategy 2: Control your emotional reactions. Most people are predictable because they react emotionally. Anger, excitement, insecurity, and fear expose their internal state. The moment someone can trigger your emotions, they can influence your behavior. Emotional reactions reveal who is in control, and if you react without thinking, you hand that control away. When you respond instantly with visible emotion, you give away power. Your facial expressions, tone shifts, and body tension all send signals. Those signals tell others what affects you, what pressures you, and where your weaknesses are. The more reactive you are, the easier you are to read. And the easier you are to read, the easier you are to manipulate. Dark intelligence requires emotional discipline. This does not mean suppressing emotions or pretending you do not feel anything. It means mastering what you show. You can feel everything internally while remaining composed externally. You pause before speaking. You slow your breathing. You choose your response carefully instead of letting emotion control your words. Calmness creates authority. When you stay steady under pressure, people notice. When you do not react to provocation, you shift the balance of power. Others may raise their voice or show frustration, but your controlled presence makes you appear stronger and more stable. Emotional control also improves thinking. Strong emotions narrow perception and cloud judgment. Calmness expands awareness and allows you to analyze situations clearly. Instead of reacting emotionally, you respond strategically. You move based on outcome, not impulse. Strategy 3: Say less than necessary. Dark intelligence operates through restraint, not volume. When you speak too much, you expose your thinking, your emotions, and your intentions. Every extra word gives others insight into how you process situations. And insight reduces your advantage. The more you explain, the easier it becomes for people to predict you. Strategic silence is protection. When you limit what you say, you control the flow of information. People naturally try to read others, to understand motives and plans. If you reveal everything openly, you remove the mystery. But when you speak with precision and stop at what is necessary, you remain difficult to decode. Over-explaining often comes from the desire to be understood, accepted, or approved. Dark intelligence does not operate from that need. It does not rush to justify decisions or defend every position. It communicates clearly, briefly, and without emotional leakage. This creates a sense of control and confidence. When your words are measured, they feel deliberate. When you are comfortable with silence after speaking, you shift the psychological balance. Many people feel pressured to fill silence. If you remain calm and composed, you maintain dominance in the interaction. Speaking less also allows you to gather more. While others reveal details, opinions, and emotional reactions, you stay reserved and observant. You collect information while giving very little away. That imbalance is where strategic advantage begins. Strategy 4: Study human behavior. People follow patterns, even when they believe they are being unpredictable. Their habits, reactions, tone shifts, and decision-making styles repeat over time. If you observe closely, you will notice consistency in how they respond to pressure, praise, criticism, and opportunity. Patterns reveal structure. Structure reveals predictability. Words can be controlled. Behavior is harder to fake. Someone may speak confidently, but their actions may show hesitation. Someone may promise loyalty, yet repeatedly prioritize personal gain. When you focus on actions instead of statements, you begin to see true priorities. What people do consistently matters more than what they say occasionally. Triggers are also revealing. Notice what causes emotional spikes: defensiveness, excitement, insecurity, aggression. Emotional reactions expose attachments and weaknesses. The areas where someone reacts strongly often indicate where they feel threatened or vulnerable. Avoidance is equally important. What topics do they change quickly? What responsibilities do they delay? What situations do they avoid entirely? Avoidance signals discomfort, fear, or hidden intention. These silent indicators are often more valuable than direct statements. Studying behavior is not about judging. It is about understanding. When you recognize patterns, you stop being surprised. You can anticipate reactions before they happen. You can adjust your approach with precision instead of guesswork. Strategy 5: Stay unpredictable. If people can predict your reactions, they can control you. Predictability is vulnerability. When others know how you will respond in every situation, they can manipulate your decisions, provoke emotional reactions, or influence your behavior without you even realizing it. Dark intelligence thrives on the opposite, keeping your intentions and patterns hidden. Do not always respond the same way. Vary your tone, timing, and approach depending on the situation. Sometimes remain silent. Sometimes respond briefly. Sometimes act decisively without explanation. This unpredictability makes it harder for others to anticipate your moves and reduces their ability to influence you. Keep your plans private. Sharing your intentions, even casually, gives people the opportunity to prepare against you or steer situations to their advantage. The less they know, the more control you retain. Unpredictable actions and concealed strategies create a psychological edge, keeping others cautious, reactive, and uncertain. Being unpredictable is not about chaos. It is about calculated control. You choose when, how, and to whom you reveal information. You maintain flexibility while others remain rigid in their assumptions. This makes your influence stronger and your presence more commanding. In dark intelligence, predictability is weakness. Silence, discretion, and varied responses are power. The less people can read you, the more control you hold over the situation. Strategy 6. Master your body language. Confidence is silent, and your body speaks louder than your words. Eye contact, slow movements, relaxed posture, and controlled breathing signal calm authority without saying a thing. When your body is steady, people instinctively sense control and competence. Even if your mind is calculating, your posture and gestures must convey composure. Avoid nervous habits, fidgeting, tapping, or looking around constantly, because they reveal tension, uncertainty, or distraction. Avoid rushed gestures, which signal impatience or lack of confidence. Every movement should be deliberate, purposeful, and measured. Controlled physical behavior reinforces your psychological control, making others perceive you as someone who is unshakable and hard to manipulate. Your body can also set the tone in interactions. Standing or sitting straight, keeping your shoulders relaxed, and breathing evenly gives you presence. Slow, deliberate movements draw attention without force. Controlled gestures enhance the impact of your words, while unnecessary movements or haste dilute authority. Mastering your body language creates a silent power. It signals confidence, focus, and control. In dark intelligence, this is critical. People often respond more to your presence than your words. A controlled body is a controlled mind projected outward, and when your mind and body are aligned, you become harder to predict, influence, or dominate. Strategy 7. Detach from the need to be liked. The desire to be liked often undermines control. People who seek approval constantly adjust their words, actions, and decisions to please others. They over-explain, over-apologize, or agree when they actually disagree. This behavior makes them predictable, easy to influence, and less respected. In other words, the need to be liked creates weakness. Dark intelligence operates differently. It values respect over approval. Your goal is not to make everyone comfortable with you, but to maintain authority, clarity, and self-control. When you detach from validation, you stop bending your behavior to satisfy others. You make decisions based on strategy, not popularity. And you maintain calm in the face of criticism, disagreement, or pressure. This detachment also strengthens your presence. People respect those who are self-assured, consistent, and independent of external opinions. When you are not swayed by whether others like you, your actions carry more weight, your words feel more deliberate, and your influence grows. You are harder to manipulate because your behavior is guided by principle, observation, and calculation rather than emotion or approval. Detaching from the need to be liked does not mean being unkind or arrogant. It means prioritizing your control, your focus, and your objectives. It allows you to operate strategically, maintain discipline, and command respect without unnecessary effort. Strategy 8. Think long-term, not emotional. Emotional decisions are immediate. Strategic decisions are delayed. Emotion focuses on how you feel in the moment. Strategy focuses on what benefits you over time. Dark intelligence requires stepping back from the present emotion and evaluating the bigger picture. When something triggers you, your first impulse is usually defensive or reactive. You may want to respond quickly, prove a point, or release frustration. But short-term emotional satisfaction often leads to long-term disadvantage. Words said in anger cannot be taken back. Reactions made in pride can damage positioning. Impulse feels powerful in the moment, but it is rarely precise. Thinking long-term means pausing before action. It means asking yourself what outcome truly serves you. Not what feels good right now, but what strengthens your position later. This shift changes everything. Instead of reacting to win a moment, you move to win the situation. Strategic thinking also requires emotional detachment. You observe your feelings without letting them dictate your behavior. You recognize anger, excitement, or ego, but you do not allow them to lead your decisions. Control creates clarity. Clarity creates advantage. Precision beats impulse because precision is calculated. It considers consequences, timing, perception, and long-term impact. Impulse only considers relief. In dark intelligence, patience is power. The person who thinks ahead controls direction. The person who reacts emotionally controls nothing but the moment. Dark intelligence is not about aggression. It is about control. Control of your emotions. Control of your words. Control of your timing. While others react, you observe. While others reveal everything, you remain measured. While others move impulsively, you move strategically. Power does not need noise. It does not need attention. It operates quietly, through awareness, discipline, and precision. When you master your reactions, protect your intentions, and study human behavior deeply, you stop being predictable. And when you are not predictable, you are difficult to manipulate. This is not about becoming cold. It is about becoming calculated. Calm under pressure. Sharp in observation. Deliberate in action. And if this mindset resonates with you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more content on strategy, discipline, and mental strength.